Hi there, and welcome to Scored. We're elated to have you on the show today. Today, we're stepping inside the most exclusive neighborhood on television right now. Yes, you guessed it. We are talking about Beyond the Gates, the groundbreaking CBS daytime drama that has officially rewritten the script for soap operas. Set in the lush, high stakes world of Fairmont Crest, Maryland, this isn't just another story of romance and rivalry. It's a historic milestone as the first new network soap in over 25 years and the first to center on, yes, you guessed it, a powerhouse African American cast from day one. From the legendary Dupree family, led by icons Tamara Tunie and Clifton Davis, to the red hot fashion drama of the Chelsea Cat handbag line, this show is bringing Black royalty to our screens every single afternoon, Monday through Friday. So, whether you're here for the corporate backstabbing, the messy family secrets, or just to see what Dr. Nicole and Dani Dupree are up to next, we've got you covered. So, grab your coffee or your favorite Chelsea Cat clutch because we're going behind the velvet rope. Let's dive into everything happening beyond the gates.
Now you talking about a velvet rope? That immediately brought me back to Dani, baby. Talking about royalty.
Oh yes, we love us some Janet. All right, so let's get into this. Beyond the Gates. First and foremost, let me say, this show surprised me in all the best ways. I am so happy that they brought this to the screen. So Beyond the Gates overall is our first hour-long daytime soap opera that is predominantly African American, and I am here for it. And so it centers around the Duprees, which are an affluent and influential multi-generational Black family in a fictional gated community called Fairmont Crest. So I was here for it from day one. So before we get into talking about different characters and character dynamics, I did want to note a couple of historical milestones for Beyond the Gates. Number one, it's the first new daytime soap to debut for a major American broadcast network in over 25 years. Okay. Brand new, fresh off the press. Okay. So that was noteworthy. Another milestone. Since 1989, between 91, first soap opera that is predominantly Black cast. That is something to celebrate. So I get excited just thinking about this show being here for us. So yes, major flex. Another notable milestone in the last one is that it's created by a Black woman, a veteran soap writer, Michelle Valjean, or Jean, however she chooses to pronounce it. So really exciting. So had to go there. All right. So now that we've gotten some of the celebrations out of the way, let's get into these lead characters and some of the dynamics. So we know that the Dupree, or the Black royalty, as we call them, sits in Fairmont Crest, and it is run by a matriarch and patriarch, Vernon and Anita Dupree. So I know that you've been following the show for a little while. What are some of your thoughts on our matriarch, Anita Dupree, portrayed by Tamara Tunie, and Clifton Davis, whose character is Vernon Dupree?
Well, the matriarch, I really like her because at her roots, she's from Detroit, so she can get gutter when she needs to get gutter, but she's also classy. And then, by naming her Anita or whatever they call her, like I'm immediately thinking it's a cross between Diana Ross and the actual singer, the songstress Anita Baker. So I'm already loving that. You know what I'm saying? So, and then, as far as she's concerned. And then, my frat brother, the daddy, if you will,
Yes, Pratt. Yes, Pratt. Yes, Pratt.
All about it, all about it, all about it. So I remember seeing him on Amen. That was my first
Yes.
time seeing him.
Yes.
I was a little kid at the time, and so just to see him through the years, and now he's in this stage of his life, like he's doing television on a daily basis at his age. Yeah.
And still looks good doing it. I agree. First and foremost, the elegance, the grace of that which is Anita Dupree. I am here for it. And kind of piggybacking on the same thing that you said, she can get gutter when she needs to, but she still has that poise about herself. She's not ashamed of where she came from, and she will let it be known every chance that she has.
Mhm.
And so, Vernon Dupree, just as handsome, still looking good, beautiful couple, very believable, by the way. And so, I know soap operas sometimes get a bad rep, but to me, this couple is very believable. I feel like, they're married in real life, so I enjoy watching their dynamics play out on the scene. And so, of course, we know as far as Anita Dupree, she is a former world famous singer as part of a trio, the Articulates. And then Vernon Dupree is a retired U.S. senator. And the show was going to say sinister. There's that scored kicking in. So a retired U.S. senator who is very apt to protect his family by all means necessary. And I love that. So that covers our patriarch and our matriarch. And so we're going to further break down this family tree. So the Duprees have 2 children. We have Dr. Nicole Dupree Richardson, and we have Dani Dupree, who is married to Bill Hamilton. So thoughts about the Dupree daughters?
Okay, so this is where it gets complicated. For me, at least. I wish I had more choices, but for those who are watching live, I only have 4 choices. So I'll have more. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a poll up right now, so people can tell us who's their favorite characters.
Oh, with
So the sisters. All right. So I want to talk about Nicole first. So Nicole, to me, she seems very stiff. Everyone wants to protect her. She's a psychologist. She's the oldest child. I don't understand why they're trying to protect the oldest child. Typically, it's the oldest child trying to protect everybody else. So I don't get that dynamic. That doesn't make sense to me. But maybe it's because they think that she's frail and fragile. This is what I have to say about those people that we think are frail and fragile. They will be the ones to. I was about to say something I can't say on YouTube. They will be the ones to do something and walk away like they didn't do it.
And we saw you. Naughty Nikki.
And everybody else will be crying in the corner. So I'm just waiting for her bad streak to really come out. Like sleeping with somebody that's not bad, or whatever. But that is what I don't like about her particular character. It's just that they have her so stiff, especially when I see her on social media and she's always dancing and she's the loosest one.
Like Playboy bunny, I want to say.
She was a Playboy bunny.
I want to say she's a former Playboy bunny. I'm gonna fact check myself. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna fact check myself. But yeah.
Now, the other sister, she's just drama personified.
The second born. The second born. And so
those are my thoughts.
Love the Dupree sisters. Same thing, of course, Nicole coming off as super polished, super buttoned up, but has her own things that she's dealing with. And so I don't hate the fact that they portrayed her as kind of stiff and buttoned up, because now what we're seeing is a complete 180. So it kind of makes for good conversations just to see how deep the rabbit hole is going to go as it pertains to Nicole. Like you said, they'll be the one that do something extremely outlandish and swear to God that it never happened. So I love that. And of course, who would not love Dani Dupree? I live for the crazy eyes and the drama. I love seeing her on screen. She is that one that is a force to be reckoned with. And yeah. Before we go on into the other characters, I want to say beautiful cast. Beautiful cast.
We seem to have some Anita Dupree.
Oh, look, 100% Anita Dupree. Okay. Look, we love it. All right. So we have our matriarch, our patriarch, our two daughters, our next generation. My goodness, we have Congressman Martin Richardson. We have Kat Richardson. We have Chelsea Hamilton, and we have Naomi Hamilton. So we have Kat Richardson and Congressman Martin Richardson, who are the children of the Dr. Nicole Richardson and Ted Richardson, while Chelsea and Naomi are the daughters of Dani Dupree Hamilton and Bill Hamilton. So I want to talk about Martin first. Martin, what do we think of Martin's character?
Blah.
You think Martin's character is blah?
Blah.
Okay, sex appeal.
I give him about a 7.
You give him a 7. I think Martin is extremely attractive. He has these wild flare-ups, I'm gonna call them, that are like insane to watch, but I'm not mad at him. What about his beau, his husband?
Smitty can get it.
Smitty is a little spicy. A little
spicy.
But it you don't see it coming at first.
Okay.
But I'm here for it. So do we think Smitty and Martin, and I'm just gonna go there for just a second, make a good couple? Is a marriage believable? At least for a soap opera, daytime soap opera, is the marriage believable?
Okay. So I think that Martin is too overbearing, or at least he was in season 1. And I thought that I thought that Smitty was too, I don't know what the word is, like
passive.
Yeah, I didn't.
Passive aggressive.
I didn't care for it. I didn't care for it at all. I don't know why. I just didn't.
That's okay. That's fair. All right. So Martin's sister, Kat Richardson. What do we think about Kitty Cat, as Dana likes to call her?
Okay, so originally at the very beginning of the show, I was just like, who is she? What is her purpose? I didn't get it. And then her whole dynamic with Eva really brought her character out. Like it was able to stand on its own. And I enjoyed that. Now it's starting to feel like a little play. Like, is this all that your character is going to be? But at the same time, I realized that in real life, people can hold a grudge for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? And so it is believable in that sense.
I initially loved Kat's character. Some of the episodes, and I'm gonna say maybe a good 10 of them, she started to get on my nerves. So where it's like, you know what? If you do one more thing, I swear I'm gonna stop watching this show for 2 weeks. I promise. I am literally getting on my nerves. But I am a fan of her little Nancy Drew thing that she has going on. Her kind of third eye, her sixth sense. Sometimes that she's blinded by though, and so. While I understand sometimes she has a bit of a mean girl vibe that I don't care for.
Okay.
But overall, especially for a soap opera, across the board, I feel like there's a lot of really good acting in the show. And again, love the fact that it is a predominantly Black cast.
Now, Chelsea, this was her first acting gig ever.
My God.
Yeah, this was her first acting gig ever. And so, I kind of saw that in the beginning. They weren't giving her a whole lot of lines so that she could get her sea legs. But I think she's found and I think she's doing a really good job.
And I like that she challenges Kat. I love that she challenges Kat. She doesn't just let her just be a brat all around without calling her on some of her stuff. So I love that that family dynamic because you need that. You need that. So moving on to Dani's kids. Oh my goodness. Naomi and Chelsea, since you brought up Chelsea. How do we feel about those two sisters?
Okay.
Yeah. Mom that's followed in mom's footsteps. We have the daughter that's followed.
This is what I remember. I remember episode 1. Naomi was having sex with Jacob. I said, Lord, I found my show.
I found my show. This is it.
No, so okay. I like the fact that Naomi's kind of like following in the footsteps of her father. And Chelsea is following the footsteps of her mother. That's believable. I get that. But I think that Naomi is too good.
To where it gets annoying.
Yes.
I'm interested to see. This is not a spoiler episode, but I'm just interested to see where things are gonna go with Naomi because I feel like she's nearing a point to where she may crack.
Oh, I haven't seen the most recent episode.
So, well, that's no spoilers. This is not that. This is not that. Okay. So, switching gears just for a second, we will go over some of those other supporting.
I just want to. So there's a poll up between the favorite second generations.
Gotta love
Martin, Kat, Chelsea, Naomi. A lot of Naomi levels.
Really? My goodness. Okay.
And that was before I said what I had to say.
Look, love Naomi, but she does kind of, she is a little to a lot buttoned up to where it's annoying at times, but that's okay. Switching gears away from some of the characters for just a second, going over to some of the antagonists that we have in this show. So primarily, we have Bill Hamilton, that is a major antagonist, and Dana, Leslie, John Jacob Jingleheimer, Schmidt, Martha, whatever you want to call her, because the bitch got so many names, our major antagonist. So we have Bill Hamilton, who is the ex-husband and a ruthless, high-powered attorney. He's the one that everybody just loves to hate, constantly plotting to undermine the Duprees and exerting control over Fairmont Crest through blackmail and his legal maneuvering. What are our thoughts of our antagonist, Bill? Now, not to reflect on in any of the newer episodes or anything like that, just overall.
So at the beginning of the show, his character reminded me so much of Victor Newman. And I don't know why. It just did. It just reminded me of Victor Newman. He has obviously a different backstory than Victor Newman did. But at least I'm able to understand how and why he acts and reacts in the way in which he does. Whereas with Victor Newman, it's just like, do you represent capitalism and you just evil just because, or you know what I'm saying? At least with Bill, I get it. And I also love the fact that his character is so dynamic. And what I mean by that is the fact that he still holds Vernon to like on this high pedestal. Like he wants Vernon to be his dad. You know what I'm saying? Even though he divorced his dad's daughter. It's complicated when I start talking about stuff like that. And cheated on her. You know what I'm saying? So that's a dynamic. He's a lawyer. He's ruthless. He's shisty. I love it. It's the makings of great television.
It's the makings of great television. The man we love to hate, but then I secretly want the redemption. Like,
Yes.
even down to redeeming him from the horrible suits in the beginning.
Wait a minute. Momentary redemption because he's got to be evil all the time.
Hey, villains don't start off as villains. I always love a good villain. If they do it right. It's just with him, as much as I love the fashion in this show, his suits were horrible in the beginning and they bothered me every episode. His suits just got on my nerves. I don't know. It has to be something with me in my brain. But again, good villain.
I think it had a whole lot to do with his size.
Yes.
He's so tall. And like suits
size matters.
Made for a certain height.
Got it. Size definitely matters. All right. So Dana Leslie Thomas, our villain that everybody also loves to hate. So she started off as she's the Dupree's new neighbor now and rival, and she comes to the gated community, blows everything up, has this mysterious connection to an old trust fund with Anita, and she has done some of the most outrageous things.
Can I just say, I want to sop her up. I want to dip her in the gravy. I just want to sop her up. Like, in my mind, the show was the show because of her. In my mind. Like, everything that was good and great about that show was because of her. Like, she was so evil. She allowed other characters to be free, because they had to respond to her craziness. You know what I'm saying? And I loved every bit of it. I love when she put those wigs on. I love it when she and Shanice go back and forth.
I love a good verbal ping pong. I do. I do not like it when she and Nicole attempt to go back and forth. I don't. It doesn't work for you. Why? Why doesn't it work for you?
Because Nicole is stiff. She's stiff.
She got a little better. She still can't mess with Leslie, but she got a little bit better. All right. So we talked about Bill Hamilton. He kind of serves as is also supporting y'all at the same time. Some of the other characters, Jesus of Nazareth. We're gonna pause right quick before I even go any further. Haley. How do we feel about Haley?
At first, my thoughts about Haley was, you little Jezebel. Little Jezebel. And then it's just like all of these characters have hidden stories. I love the hidden stories behind these characters. Those hidden stories are the gems. That's where the magic happens. And it was almost as if they were like, look, we have to layer this. We've got to slowly, sprinkle some pepper on it. We have to let other storylines develop, and then we're going to bring all these other storylines out. And I love her storyline, at least where it was when last time I watched it. I ain't gonna lie. The dynamic between she and her cousin, it's believable. It's believable. If I'm assuming the type of background that they have, so it's believable what's going on between the two of them. The hijinks that she has to involve herself in, spiking the tea and all that other good stuff, being a devoted wife, in front of everyone, but behind the back is secretly trying to kill them and all of that. I love it.
Did you see it coming though? Like, just watching the show, did you always have a sneaking suspicion that she was up to more, or was it,
So in the beginning, no clue whatsoever. I was just like, why is the character here? So it's boring. It's played out. It's cliche. Give me something else. You know what I'm saying? And then when it came, first it was kind of like this one little episode, this one little thing between she and somebody else. I can't remember who it was. And I was just like, oh, what? I was like, these writers better flesh this out. I want this storyline. Whatever it is, I want this storyline. And maybe 2 weeks later, one little boof, you saw it, and it was like, oh, it's crystallizing, it's crystallizing. I was, I was, I was, and the more they did that, the more I loved her character. I didn't know what she was doing, how she was planning on doing it, but I paid attention to her character. All those other storylines at that particular point, I was just like, I want Haley. Where's Haley? I want to see her. Plus, she's cute and she's sexy and all of that.
Her outfits, banging, hair on point, makeup on point, everything on point. From the beginning, I was like, okay, she's trying way too hard for redemption. And these pleasantries are really overplayed. From the very beginning, I was like, there's more. There is more. She is up to something. I don't know exactly what it is, but this is not a doting wife or whatever it is that she's portraying. There's more to this character. I knew it from the beginning.
Well, in my mind, I've never been in her situation. In my mind, you don't know anybody in this town. Nobody likes you. So you got to try super hard. That's all that I was thinking. It didn't get deeper than that for me. I love the fact that you saw it.
I had this sneaking suspicion from the beginning. I'm like, something not right. Something is not right with this character. But at any rate, she makes for a great villain. And so the writers have been really up in the ante with her. So I'm interested to see how that'll play out. Some of the other characters we have Jacob Hawthorne, who's married to Naomi, the cop. We also have later that came into play Isaiah Hawthorne. Somebody get me a fan. We have Eva Thomas. We have Vanessa and Doug McBride. We have Joey Armstrong. We have we already talked about Smitty. We have Ashley Snooze Morgan, Derek Snooze Baldwin. I keep saying Snooze because those are some of the characters that just make me sleep. We have Sizzle Tomas. We have Shanice Johnson.
I love Shanice, by the way.
Randy Parker. So I know I just went through a whole bunch of other kind of B-type characters, so to speak.
Yeah.
But any of those characters you like to make mention of, from Jacob Hawthorne, Isaiah, Eva, any of those characters?
So one character that I want to talk about is because at some point during season 1, they got rid of the original Ted Richardson, and he was not a believable character either. Like, and when you talk about like what they were, I didn't like nothing seemed to look right on him. Also, Doug McBride, I was just like, where they find this man at?
Why?
I was so happy when he died. I was happy when he died.
I was upset.
I was happy. But the new Ted Richardson, I like him. I remember him from so many different movies, and so I thought that was a good choice. They needed to bring someone who was, if they're going to replace the original Ted, they need to bring someone who's recognizable, and he's definitely
the first Ted was attractive too, though. Like he was,
but he was goofy. He was just goofy, and the look that he had, goofiness didn't go with it. But to be married to Nicole, you gotta kind of have to bring something to life.
You need to look like you about to go play squash, pickleball, or something. He fit the role. He fit the role. My goodness. Jacob Hawthorne, the police officer who's married to Naomi.
Hot.
You say hot?
Hot.
Something, and maybe because he might remind me of someone or a relative. There is something about Jacob Hawthorne that grinds my gears. I don't know what it is. I don't hate his character. I don't hate it, but it's something about him that inherently annoys me.
Even when he's upset, he's whispering, and he wants. I can't stand you. I think.
Maybe because I've seen him on a Tubi movie before, that I don't know. It's something that bothers me about his character a bit. I don't know. still attractive again, and overall a very attractive cast in general.
Yes, yes, yes,
Though,
yes, yes.
his brother.
I want to know, looking at their family, is is Jacob's dad really the cop? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know because he's short and skinny, and the brother that they brought on is tall like the daddy, and kind of built like the daddy. So, you know, I think there is a future storyline there. I think if they wanted to make it one.
Send an email. You gotta send an email. Who we did not talk about just yet. I know we went over a bunch of the other supporting characters or recurring characters. Eva Thomas. Thoughts about Eva Thomas? We know that she's kind of wrapped up in this ruse with her mother coming to Fairmont Crest to blow everything wide open. But how do we feel about Eva?
So I'm going to be honest. It's probably not popular, but I feel so sorry for her character. I'm not sorry that her mother is her mother because that's just the cards that you were dealt. But she's been put into an impossible situation where you want to help your mother, even though you know your mother is doing all the wrong things, and you decide to do the things that are wrong and bad, and morally it's very questionable. Not even a little. It's very questionable. But the strength that she had to push back and to try to defend and to try to come to the aid of a family that she knew very little of. She just knew that she had a bond with them. And I found that admirable. So I really do like her character. It got kind of iffy when it felt like she was trying to steal Tomas. But I get it. I understand. Tomat is hot and spicy.
Tomas was choosing.
And now Tomas to me was the devil incarnate. That's another that's another Victor Newman. Yeah.
He was choosing. He was more than I feel like she was going after Tomas. I feel like Tomas was playing with fire. I'm looking more at him with the side eye than at Eva. Because I feel like he played on her emotions quite a bit, and she was already fragile and vulnerable. So when you say devil incarnate, he was, and especially in that situation.
But let me ask you a question. Can men and women be friends?
It's another show.
And not be sexual about it?
That's another show. But the short answer is yes, it is possible. However, I feel like that's the exception, not the rule. So I feel like most of those female male relationship dynamics don't work because there is a lot of undertones of some, either if not both people are sexually attracted, one person is in most situations. So I feel like those dynamics that do work out and it's completely platonic, I feel like that's rare. I feel like it's very rare. And so even if I have to think about my own journey, there are very few male friends that have not tried to go there. Very few. I can count on probably 3 fingers, if that. If that.
Okay.
So it's not commonplace, at least in my opinion. It's very rare.
Okay.
So yes. We do have a couple of characters that I just hollered snooze over. That being Ashley Morgan and Derek Baldwin, the nurse and the firefighter. I'm trying to understand, like in the later episodes, they kind of throw some things in there, but right now I'm still not convinced that they need to be on the show. I don't feel like it adds any value to the show whatsoever for me. And it could just be my own personal bias, and I'm 100% fine with that. But literally, I get annoyed when I see them on the screen. It's like it just doesn't do enough for me. Like I don't know if it's just the storyline or
It's the
what it is.
storylines.
It's not, because at least
Storylines.
with our other characters or supporting neighbors,
Like Vanessa
Vanessa,
McBride, she's given to me. I love her. Even Pamela Curtis, who we rarely see, at least she's flamboyant, you know?
she pops in with the drama, and so she's a breath of fresh air when you see her. So yes, very palatable. But Derek and Ashley, oftentimes I find myself saying Trashley, because the action is just not there. It's very anticlimactic.
So, do you want to hear my theory on that? So they have sets, right? So you have the hospital, that's one set. You have the family, the Richardson family. Well, not the Richardson. I'm sorry. Dupree family home, right? And then you have like the nightclubs, the restaurant, all that other good stuff. If you notice, there's almost always one white character there. And so in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, what they wanted to do was they wanted to make certain that there was at least one white character there to kind of keep their white audience. But I think they did not develop Ashley's character, because it was Ashley's character that was bringing Derek to the table. Otherwise, it made no sense, right? So I don't think that they fleshed her character out. Why they chose to keep, I understand why they chose to keep her over Derek. I do, because she's friends with all these different people and she's at the hospital, and so she has more airtime. But Derek himself was never ever believable. I didn't even like looking at his face, and his acting was horrible.
And this is a soap opera, so I'm very forgiving with a lot of things. But overall, to me, this cast delivers. And so I agree with you. Like, it's very flat. Very, very flat. Very flaccid. And I know I shouldn't say that. But hey, it is what it is. I have to throw it in there. Okay. This is what we do on Scored. We cheer the truth. Okay. All right. But I don't disagree with you. I don't. And so it's like, oh God, snooze this, please. Somebody please gouge my eyeballs out so I don't have to see this. But return my vision so I can continue to see Isaiah. And yeah, we'll go on. But I agree with you. We have Randy, who's kind of a side character. Kind of Joey's.
I want to see him with his shirt off.
He was in the Marines, I want to say.
You mean the actual person?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Marines, and some of the research that I came across, and looking at some of this, because I'm always Googling and looking at things and coming across different little pieces. It was another piece of information. The character that plays Naomi, Bill Hamilton's lawyer daughter, she is actually in a same-sex relationship.
Wow.
Yes, she is. So Naomi, who is the wife of the cop in the show, is actually queer.
Wow. Yeah. That explains why they are having marital. I'm tired of kissing him.
So please stop making me sleep with this man. My God, this is horrible. But yeah, so little Easter egg there for us. All right. And so I do have a few questions that I would like to ask before we close out our intro on Scored with Beyond the Gates. First question. So without going too deep into the episodes, so the Dupree versus the Richardson loyalty. And what I mean by that is, why do the Duprees, especially Nicole, seem to forgive Bill Hamilton for his multiple infidelities while remaining so harsh towards Ted for his mistakes?
Because it was done personally to her. And she thought she had the perfect husband. She thought the sun rose and set in his behind. And he doted on her. Like, he truly doted on her. And she didn't even see the blind side coming, even though it happened, umpteen years ago. And the way and honest, the way that it happened, it wasn't let me sit you down kind of like she's in my life. I didn't know that I had a daughter. Well, actually, he didn't know he had a daughter, to be honest. But I think if he had done that, then like all those years ago, then she could have prepared herself for that moment when it happened.
So I buy that. I do, but I also have an alternate perspective. I think that Bill is more useful.
Oh, to the show? No doubt.
Well, to the Duprees within the context of the show.
Yeah.
And so, whereas we can play in Ted's face and nail him to the cross for his indiscretion and the things that he did that, no doubt did blow up perfect Nikki's life. With Bill, you're going to constantly need Bill for something. Bill knows where the bodies are buried. He knows how to clear you of things. He has that je ne sais quoi about himself to where Ted, I'll be.
No. This is where I got to push back. Like in the grand scheme of things, I do get you and I agree with you. But on certain storylines, they actually need Ted. Mm-hmm. If you notice, like Ted knows something. It was like the whole situation with Martin and the cops or whatever. Not the cops, but the people who, you know what I'm saying? Like he knew all of that had happened. And just like so that, and then the whole situation with Leslie, he's almost like the lesbian, yeah. So like in certain ways, he is indeed needed.
That's fair.
Just not to her.
It's just I feel like Bill across the board though. Like, not that Ted is not useful at all, because that is a very valid point, because with the plastic surgery and all the things he played a very, very integral role in, all of it. Again, not going into too much detail of the show because I don't want to spoiler alert anybody. But yeah, I agree with you. I just feel like Bill is a bit more useful, and he has that savvy and that dog in him that they are going to constantly need Bill, whereas Ted is like kind of an afterthought at times, although he is important.
Since you said dog, which Greek letter organization do you think Bill would have been a member of?
Is he not a Sigma?
In real life?
Something?
I don't know.
I'm going to have to phone a friend. Hold on.
She's really looking right now. I'm just talking about the character. Based on the character, which organization do you think he would be part of?
Haha. So, in real life, he is a member of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. On the show, I would give him a Q all day long. I would want. I would not give him to us. I would not make him an alpha man. I would not. I was about to say in the context of the show, Vernon Dupree, yes, alpha all day long, and in real life, alpha all day long. But Bill definitely gives me Q, 100%, without flaw. All right, next question: the evil Leslie. So is Leslie Thomas purely fueled by revenge, or is there part of you that understands her bitterness towards the Duprees for Ted not leaving Nicole years ago?
I think she has a screw loose. My honest opinion.
What?
I think she has a screw. I think she's pathological. I think she's a sociopath. I really, really do. It's like, so like when she almost killed the Nicole's assistant. Something is wrong with this woman.
I'm giving her, monomaniacal. Like, you are focused on this one mission, this one plan, destroy everybody attached to this person, and I'm gonna blow everything up. But no, she definitely has a few screws loose and is a few sandwiches short of a picnic, but she makes for great television.
Beautiful, wonderful, and they did an excellent job choosing her. Let me tell you something. This is a beautiful woman. I don't know. She's a beautiful woman. She's sexy. She's fine.
She's a goddess.
There's a difference between sexy and fine in my mind. And she's sexy and fine. And she's gorgeous. And you know, it doesn't matter. There are a couple of wigs I ain't care for. But in general, it doesn't matter what you put on her head, she's gonna look good.
Yes.
And she does a really good job. I'm not gonna say she's the world's greatest actor. But she does a damn good job for this show.
Yes, I enjoy watching her on screen. I enjoy getting upset by her quips and the things that she finds herself into. But again, like you said, that's great television. I should feel things, you know, when characters come to the screen. And so I could not have asked them for a better person to play the role of Dana, Leslie, Martha, Maya, whatever you want to call her, because she has so many aliases to go with all of the wigs. So I love seeing it play out.
But you know what? You asked me a long time ago. You asked me about Martin, but I didn't tell you that boy. You gotta add something.
So big like the sun.
And I just want to squeeze. I just want to squeeze just all the time. He be trying to hide it, but I'd be like, no.
Mark got a bubble
give me more. Give me more.
What? You thought that Smitty was a twink. I don't know, Martin.
Now, Smitty, ooh, Jesus. Ooh. I just want him to do something with his eyebrow.
Smitty's so damn emotional sometimes, though, that it gets under my skin at times. He's so emotional.
But you know what? This is me talking about stuff that I don't know. But anyway, I always try to figure out who's the top, who's the bottom, or if they're first or whatever. It was one time, this one little episode. It was quick, and I was just like, "Oh, Smitty's the top."
But you know what? If you think about the dynamics, okay, well, you think, okay, congressman, all these things, and you would just think that. But no, how Martin queens out so quick. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised at all.
But I will say,
blowing him to smithereens.
I will say this: Martin's character, he has to be in control, and he has to like keep a facade all the time. I understand why his character is so boring, but his parents are so boring to me that okay, it kind of makes sense that he was going to be a good guy, a good politician. I want him to dirty it up, and I like his association with Joey Armstrong. I want to, even though he would be the cliched politician and we need to have faith in our politicians, I need him to dirty. I need all these characters to have some smut in their life.
What? Speaking of Joey Armstrong, necessary evil or unnecessary character?
Oh, he's very necessary.
I like Joey Armstrong's character.
He's very necessary. Vanessa too.
Yes. All right. Just a couple more questions. So Eva's identity. So she's kind of like an anti-villain that's gotten roped into her mother's schemes. Do you think that she'll eventually turn on Leslie?
Yes. Yes. I mean, we've kind of seen her do that, not to the extent where it lasted long, because Leslie needed her, and so they kind of worked through their issues or whatever. But yeah, I think it's gonna be constant between those two. She's gonna protect her mother, and then she's gonna turn on her mother. She's gonna protect her mother. She's gonna turn on, like, that's just gonna be the dynamic of their relationship on the show. in my opinion.
Yeah, Eva wants to be accepted, and it's just like, one of those things like the sins of the mother, right? But Leslie is continuing to do things that are not necessarily helpful to Eva. So I feel like that's going to propel her further and further away from her mom. So I'm interested to see how that plays out. My last question. Will they kill Bill, so to speak?
Oh, you mean the storyline between he and his and Haley?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure out who's going to, because it's been at least a month since I've seen the show. I ain't even lie to you. I'm trying to figure out who's going to figure out that she's been poisoning him, or that he is being poisoned. Like one of the last shows I saw, he got his blood work that something wasn't right, whatever. But I don't know what happened after that. So I'm real eager to figure out what's going to happen with that. But I don't think he's going to die. He's a main cast member. He is pivotal to the show at this particular point in time. I can't see anyone playing him. I mean, of course, if they decide to get rid of him, they put someone else there. Okay, that's the new Bill. But as of right now, nah, he suits the character.
Same. I don't think Bill's gonna go anywhere. Either. So, all right, before we close out, interesting bit of breaking news. For the first time, at least as far as I am aware, in soap opera history, have they ever bought a fictional line to the market? So Chelsea Cat, their bags are actually now available in the market. And so I'm really, really excited. I cannot wait to support and buy me a little Chelsea Cat bag, even though I'm not heavily into handbags, just to support the show and my amazing African American entrepreneur. Definitely got to get a Chelsea Cat bag. So really, really excited that they bought the bags from the show to real life. Super exciting. Super, super exciting. All right. Any other questions or characters we did not get to discuss, or points of characters that we did not get to discuss on this episode that you want to make mention of?
Well, no, not really. I just wanted you to talk about what we're going to be doing each week as it relates to this particular show and how we plan on doing it.
Yes. All right. So from each week, we will be bringing you an overview of what has happened that particular week, being 5 episodes, covering the latest gossip, dish, and drama from the shows. We're already over 200 and something episodes in. So we wanted to take this opportunity to just kind of introduce some of the characters, character dynamics, and just go and approach it that way, and then pick up from where we are in the show. So if you have not been watching Beyond the Gates, I encourage you, I implore you, dive in. This is one of the best soap operas that I have ever seen, and I cannot say it enough. Watch the show. Watch the show. I'm not getting paid to promote the show. I'm not getting paid to promote the Chelsea Cat bags. Watch the show. Get the bag. Get a bag for your grandmother, for your aunt, your cousin, what have you. But yes, watch the show, watch the show, watch the show, and join us on Scored to go over our weekly episodes as we dive into the drama behind the gates. Come behind the gates with us.
Yes. Join us by subscribing, hitting the like button, and sharing on all your social media. Don't forget to comment.
Thank you for joining Scored. Hope we measure up.